2017 Cram, Critical Analysis and Reasoning Skills, Flashcard Set 7.4, Disaster Risk Knowledge in Nepal. As you view the reading of this passage, you'll notice a few selection of highlighted text in the form of bold-faced type font. What I want you to do is garner meaning from this selection of text to specifically answer the Foundations of Comprehension question that follows the reading of the passage. This question will require you to demonstrate that you know how to recognize an accurate paraphrase or summary of the central theme of the overall passage, okay? So when it's time to answer the question, it may be helpful to open up a second window so that you can see which selections of text are highlighted and which are not. But do read the entire passage, or view the reading of the entire passage rather. So good luck and happy reading, okay? All right. Paragraph 1. Disaster risk is expressed in terms of potential loss of lives, deterioration of health status and livelihoods, and potential damage to assets and service due to the impact of existing natural hazards. Disaster risk reduction is a systematic approach to identifying, assessing, and reducing disaster risk, and it helps minimize the vulnerability of a society or community. It also prevents or mitigates the adverse effects of natural disasters, facilitating a sustainable development process. The Second World Conference on Disaster Reduction, held in Kobe, Hyogo, Japan, in January 2005, which adopted the Hyogo Framework of Action, HFA, 2005 to 2015, building the resilience of nations and communities to disasters. It has provided a unique opportunity to promote strategic and systematic approach to reducing vulnerabilities and risks. HFA states that all countries must use knowledge, innovation, and education to build a culture of safety and resilience at all levels. Moreover, it suggests that disasters can be reduced substantially if people are well informed and motivated about measures they can take to reduce vulnerability. Poverty drives people to live in high-risk, marginal areas of mountains, river valleys, of disasters in underdeveloped or developing countries. DRR is particularly important for sustaining the attainment of all developmental goals, since it provides a safety net for the hard-earned development gains of a developing country. In Nepal, it is a great challenge to protect infrastructure and public and individual properties from frequent landslide, flood, and earthquake disasters. Each year, hundreds of people are killed and a large amount of public and private properties are destroyed in landslide, flood, fire, and avalanche disasters. Each large-scale disaster sets the country back several years in terms of the development efforts. When scarce resources such as time, energy, expertise, and funding are suddenly diverted in relief and recovery work, the overall developmental activities are delayed significantly. Paragraph 3. The disaster statistics in Nepal always motivate and justify the urgent need of DRR works in Nepal. Therefore, Nepal has also adopted HFA, and so far the government of Nepal has formally adopted policies guided by DRR and implemented the DRR in its various development as well as education programs. In Nepal, the World Disaster Reduction Campaign of 2006-2007 was initiated, and many programs such as school curricula for disaster risk education, community-based disaster management at the village level, disaster mitigation plans at the district level, etc., have been implemented. Similarly, raising awareness within school communities is a well-implemented program in the schools of Nepal. This awareness activity includes training of teachers, organizing disaster quiz competitions among schools and local youth clubs, school contests on disaster risk knowledge, campaigning for disaster safety in communities, and turning school students into catalysts and initiators in many more community-based disaster awareness activities. Which is the overall message of the passage? A. Nepal's slow economic development is explained by the frequent occurrence of natural disasters. B. Strategic approaches have been developed and may be used to help Nepal with frequent natural disasters. C. There are many different types of natural disasters that occur in Nepal, such as landslides, debris flows, floods, earthquakes, and snow avalanches. Or D. The HFA provided a unique opportunity to promote strategic and systematic approaches to reducing natural disaster vulnerabilities and risk in Nepal. Definitely press pause if you need to, and I'll give you a moment to think. It may be helpful to open up a second window to view the reading of this passage and find the specific text to help support your answer choice. All right, so hopefully by now you've arrived at the correct answer choice. And if not, no problem. Let's look at how to go about solving this right now. Foundations of comprehension, and you're being asked to recognize an accurate paraphrase or summary of the central theme of the passage in one of these answer choices. Okay. All right. So the second paragraph mentions the role that poverty plays in the aftermath of natural disasters in Nepal, but this is only one single aspect on the overall issue, so this wouldn't be the best summary. Okay. The second paragraph also describes the geography and environmental characteristics of Nepal, as well as the particular types of natural disasters that typically occur in the region. And again, this is only one single aspect of the passage and wouldn't constitute the central message of the overall passage, okay? Paragraph 1 discusses the HFA and the various strategies that have been developed on a global scale to address natural disasters. However, HFA is not the only strategic approach discussed in the passage, okay? So it probably wouldn't represent the central message, which discusses multiple approaches to dealing with natural disasters and those that occur in Nepal. So I feel like the best answer is answer choice B. Strategic approaches have been developed and may be used to help Nepal with frequent natural disasters. All right? Okay.